at Majors, he has a habit of getting upset in those high-pressure situations. We'll have to see if, when the rubber meets the road, Dexter is able to hang around with 8BitMan's Rob.
So they're gonna be starting off on PS2. This is like, I feel like one of those like quintessential like ultimate matches, right? Like this is a staple of every region, I'm sure, at this point. It's something that both players really have to be sure to know. It can be really explosive and honestly very scary for Wolf, because as soon as you're off stage like that, you can die at any point.
It feels like both these characters just beat the heck out of each other. Like in disadvantage states, neither of them are very good at getting out of the opposing character's tools. Right now, usually dash attack and then immediate up air. Like if you just follow stuff up like that, because Rob has that blind spot underneath him where down air is the only thing that hits, and that is a slow option.
Yeah, but this is now so scary for Dexter. Going to be getting the good DI on up air there. Tries to flash to ledge, is going to be able to do so successfully. I like the idea for the 8BitMan, but maybe a little bit too far to the side to get the up smash.
Toss him off with a forward throw is 8BitMan. No, I love that. 8BitMan is really good at using the defensive option, just going to ledge. Might be an awkward spot, but sometimes Dex is going to get that back air.
Back air is strong. It's huge.
Okay, immediately recognizing that Dexter does love to jump in with that neutral air cross-up, and 8BitMan pulls the trigger on that up smash for a quick kill.
It's such a good anti-air is the thing. You can catch people jumping in. It's so disjointed. It's way faster than it honestly should be. But yeah, 8BitMan did a really good job of just being able to exploit that, and now Dexter just trying to shut and find these landings.
Yeah, this forward air has been calling out 8BitMan's attempts to jump in neutral air. 8Bit playing a little bit more grounded in recognition of that so far.
That's a forward air, good conversion to dash attack, recognizing that he was retreating and would not be able to get another forward air, so it's a really good modification to his follow-up.
Can't get the connection right there, but neutral air forces a tech situation. So far, 8BitMan has been getting up just immediately, not allowing Dexter to get into that proper position to get a tech chase going.
Yep, now 8BitMan, we're seeing like him starting to sort of shift into maybe like a little bit more of like a zoning playing, right? He's starting to play back a little bit, trying to catch Dexter's approaches and try to manipulate the way that he is going in. What I really like about 8BitMan, he is just constantly changing the tempo at which he plays at. He has like a series of like, you know, his decision making, he just goes through completely different routes and different game states.
So far, Dexter hasn't been responding by doing the same. Wolf's certainly capable of doing that with both Blaster and Reflector, but so far Dexter just wants to throw hands, and it's been working for him as he takes that stock for the up smash.
Now he just needs to find any way to be able to get the stock. Dexter just very patiently navigating out of the corner and going through back to the instead of a neutral air. Dexter's timing for the parry was just thrown off completely.
Now a two-frame attempt with that forward tilt, not going to work out. That's the second time now that 8BitMan has used his double jump into that falling up air to set something up here. And just look at the movement by Dexter, immediately just short hop landing and daring 8BitMan to hit any button so he can respond.
He's not really committing to anything quite yet, but that up air is not going to be able to do it either because 8BitMan didn't really go for like an up tilt up air. It was a little bit too late at that point, but wow, what a snipe with laser. Double
projectiles off stage, and Dexter caught a little bit unaware. He saved his double jump until the last second, and then he immediately double jumped into a projectile.
Yep. Yeah, the gyro, you don't expect laser exactly where you're going to be, but 8BitMan definitely proved that to be wrong. Yo, down tilts on your shield like that in the corner, terrifying.
Exactly.
I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
5 or 6 in a row. Just what do you actually do in that situation? Dexter knows.
He rolled away. Sometimes they cover it too, and you're like, wow, that doesn't feel good. I just got hit.
The roll in. Dexter jumped all the way back, giving up a little bit of space for 8BitMan to do the standard get up. Instead, 8BitMan rolled on directly to Dexter, waiting with claws.
That's a couple of down tilts. Has a good idea with the neutral air, but the hitbox was not able to wrap around in time. Up throw into up air, catching DI in. And speaking of DI in, let's talk about that DI.
That man was holding straight up. It's like, I want to get out of this situation. I want to DI up so that I don't get caught with the up air. He didn't react to getting hit by the up air, so he immediately got caught in the worst possible situation. 8BitMan just shakes his head. It's like, yeah, I got away with that one. I mean, Dexter got in a spot where if he kept playing that patient play style, he was likely to continue to chip away at 8BitMan. Instead, he fired off that aggressive up smash, trying to end the game immediately, and 8BitMan got the hardest punish that I've seen in a while.
If I'm Dexter, I'd be kicking myself. Exactly. That did not look like it felt good in the slightest.
He had such a good lead, and then all of a sudden, it just like gone. And 8BitMan, he's shaking his head. He's like, yeah, I know I got away with one there. But what can you show me game 2, Dexter? What can you do to not get hit with my jank?
He's playing so well. He's playing around all of 8BitMan's options. I actually just think going into the next game, I feel like 8BitMan could be a little bit more aggressive. you know, like with the way that they're treating off stage against Wolf, because that is your win condition, right? In this matchup, that is, oh, this is Wolf off stage. I just need a active hitbox here. I just need to catch a jump here. Wolf, the biggest failing of Wolf ultimately is that the options can be somewhat telegraphed coming back to the stage.
They can. I'm surprised we didn't see 8BitMan just jumping at edge and then immediately side being to toss out that linear hitbox like you mentioned. But we'll have to see if things change here. We are back on PS2 because that is the only stage in this region. I've guessed in so many grand finals where it's like Dexter versus ZD and they just do 5 games of PS2.
Nobody cares.
Exactly.
They're just not messing with it anymore. And I will always get an if I ever get an opportunity to advocate for a small battlefield being the new PS2 in terms of starter, please use it. It's small.
I agree. I think this is actually a counter.
Oh, but getting late hit neutral into side B. 8BitMan trying to go for another side B. I like the attempt, but Dexter did properly recognize that situation and delayed the next recovery option.
And Dexter again getting hit with that double projectile, forcing himself in an awkward spot, comes up from edge aggressively. 8BitMan didn't fall off of that side B. Perhaps he either thought Dexter's going to immediately come back to edge, or he just had a small as a tech check there.
Oh, what? My goodness. 8BitMan did everything correctly, but then Ultimate Multi-Hit said, nope, you did not.
And he shakes his head, it's like, oh, I should have had that one, and then immediately just teabags Dexter 10 times in a row.
That was not just a teabag, that was a walk-canceled crouch teabag, my friend.
Asserting dominance.
So quick, that was optimal.
Exactly. Reflecting the gyro, forcing out the air dodge. Can Dex get the 2-frame? One up air. He goes off stage. That is so risky. But he does the beefy up B, and 8BitMan didn't snap to ledge immediately. Dex makes him pay.
I think 8BitMan just didn't know like the angle that he was going to go. He was not sure if he was going to go off stage or not. It was 100% techable. It's just a nasty position to be in. So getting a couple of up airs here, but not enough, frame advantage at such a low percent to get anything else.
But now, how does 8BitMan actually get down? Like, blending has been one of Rob's weaknesses, and Dex has shown that he is very familiar in how to punish him.
Oh, they're both now just slowing the game down just a little bit. Both of them playing with their projectiles just a little bit more. I like these preemptive down Bs from Dexter, but it feels like sometimes he's not even committing to them. He's throwing them out, and then 8BitMan's throwing them at him, and he drops his shine.
I'm really surprised about that, just super aggressive side B, but Dex in an awkward spot. But it feels like 8BitMan has really not made a lot of money this set with those ledge trap situations. Typically we see 8BitMan clean up those stocks so frequently. Dex too hasn't really hit a 2-frame yet. Yeah,
8BitMan has just not found a way to like whittle down the resources. Has never been able to like force a double jump with like an air dodge out, so that they can then go ahead and punish that, which is no easy task because Dexter is doing a phenomenal job of mixing it up, almost getting that laser, catching that double jump back on. It's actually forced to side B back onto the stage, but
what was that hitbox?
Does Rob Boyden have a reverse hitbox?
Apparently.
In what game?
And what was that grab whiffing? Dexter was literally inside of Rob. Doesn't have a double jump, now has an air dodge, and the gyro snipe by 8-Bit. You were talking about resource exhaustion, Dara. 8BitMan got it right there, but Dex forcing a last stock situation with the immediate runoff aerial.
Yeah, both of them are going to be on last stock here. 8BitMan is going to be the first one to win the interaction. Leans into the forwarder, doesn't go for the second one, and just tries to go for down tilts. Forwarder is going to be a little bit unsafe on a hit, so you can try to catch the next option like that.
These forward airs are just eating 8BitMan alive. He just can't adapt to these cross-ups by Dex.
Oh, and again, I feel like Dexter keeps on challenging neutraler and keeps on spacing around it. Even though the hitbox is out, he keeps getting, like, just around it and spacing himself so well.
See, the secret is the Wolf is a sword. Gets the up air, but correct DI this time by Dexter. Not getting hit with that twice in a row here. Whip grab again, and is really just, the distance was so large.
Oh, but then air dodge is back to recognizing that he did not have enough time to go out of button. He didn't have any active buttons here. Does not get the up tilt. Dexter with an immediate mash. And what a tech chase. We are going to a game 3.
So I mentioned game 1 that 8BitMan had been standard get-upping immediately so that Dex couldn't get the tech chase. But right there, Dexter reacts to it in a timely spot in game 2, recognizes the pattern that 8BitMan had been showing him, and gets a down smash to clean it up.
I'm trying to think about like what really went wrong for 8BitMan this game. Honestly, they both played really solid. They both played really, really patiently. It's a little bit difficult to say. I just still feel like the edge guards are not fully coming into play, right? Because 8BitMan, like sometimes He's a little bit too close to the ground. He's landing a little bit too soon. He doesn't have enough time for the down out. He doesn't have enough time for the back out. So he's like forced to air dodge and then try to ledge trap.
In addition, it feels like that match kind of went really similar to game 1, where Dex had that lead, and then he just got janked out.
Yep.
It feels like both players have been avoiding the most powerful tools in the opposing character's toolbox. Dexter has not been getting hit by Rob's side B, and 8BitMan hasn't been getting hit by something like forward air, back air by Dex. In the neutral game, it feels like Dex has a slight edge. He just needs to keep dodging those do-or-die situations that 8BitMan keeps putting him into.
Dexter's approaches have been really, really solid. 8BitMan, every time he does get a hit, I feel like he is taking it just slightly further than Dexter is, and it is coming really into play. So, Town City, how do you feel about this stage?
I think that it's an interesting pick from 8BitMan. Robs love this stage, though. They love having those narrow blast zones on the sides that you can immediately get, like neutral air into side B that kills incredibly early. And yeah, Dex is going to have to look out for that. But on the otty hand, you don't get the up air killing as well.
Oh yeah, now Dex just waiting out the gyro. 8BitMan has an amazing idea there. Dex with no double jump tries to get the down air out there, but a little bit too slow on the execution once again, as 8BitMan was just a little bit too low right in the hitbox.
Now we're into that neutral situation. The weak hit neutral are actually connecting to the dash attack. 8BitMan in an awkward spot, but Dex is kind of stopped throwing out those preemptive forward tilts. Now he just content to allow 8BitMan back and just try to punish him when he tries to see center stage.
I don't know what Dex wanted to do there, but you know what? He jumped right into the down air. 8BitMan trying to get a drag down up there, no matter, because the second one is going to be able to connect. He is going to be able to kill with it. Rob has just amazing recovery options. I love that little mix up there with like double jump neutral air instead of just going to ledge.
Up tilt actually beating out the Rob neutral air. So Dex showing off the entirety of Wolf's kit here. How is 8BitMan going to get back? Roll on reaction. Dex pulls out the up smash.
You can up smash like that on reaction to both neutral, get up, and roll. You have enough time to make the decision. For it, you just have to react on time. It can be a little bit tight at times, but that was just solid, good play, and good fundamentals.
I've seen Dex whiff these standing grabs a couple times in a row now. I'm curious if Wolf's grab box isn't really the best because
it's not good. It is.
Rob had that old issue of where his base kind of makes it hard to grab him, and it feels like Dexter is having that pop up a couple times in a row now.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty frequent issue that somebody like Charlie the King complains about. Wolf grab, that thing is not big at all. It is really compensated by the fact that Wolf has some of the best mobility in this game. Also,
that down smash.
Not killing quite yet. Yeah, 8BitMan's trying to go to Town City, almost working against him for a second.
Wolf flash weak hit into the up tilt, not quite gonna kill, but the up air, 8BitMan, he's been landing so aggressively with these neutral airs. Dex is catching on.
Yeah, this is starting to look slowly like it's going to be in favor of Dexter. I don't know really fully about the intent of that side B. Maybe trying to catch like a really aggressive option, only taking 20% for the total, so it's not too bad. Backing up, trying to slow down the pace of the game. Laser is such a good response to gyro.
Though it does sometimes knock gyro back to allow 8BitMan to catch it, and you just don't want Rob to have that tool in his hands. It's almost more dangerous there than is lying on stage. Gets the forward air, up air, and then trying again. Dex just loves sharking this character. He's a couple times chosen to toss him up instead of toss him down so that you can get that usually early B&B combo level stuff.
Gets it back to a bit of stage control. Now Dexter is going to be looking for another down smash, but that was going to be the later hit. It was nowhere near the edge in the slightest. It was completely uncharged. 8BitMan just needs one big hit, but wow. Yeah.
A couple tech plugs right there from Dex, just the forward smash facing the wrong direction. But 125% on 8BitMan. He has to be on notice right here. But we've seen 8BitMan make these comebacks so many times before.
I like that Dexter didn't go through the jab through the finish. He recognized that he was doing something wrong. He was hitting both the gyro and 8BitMan shield. So he just waited a little bit.
He jumps into it. That's gonna spell Dexter's death. He was waiting for that side B so well, but ended up expending his double jump at the worst possible moment.
Yep.
Oh, poor Dex.
That's